Hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening depending on where you are in this amazing world. My name is Donovan Jolly, and welcome everybody once again for another amazing video of DIY investing. I wanted to go through and actually analyze 3 of my favorite DeFi altcoins heading into this year. These are 3 that I've already made a lot of profit off of that I wanted to share with you guys because they're getting ready for a much bigger leg up. This is the opportunity where all of DeFi is about to explode, and I'm going to share with you guys each and every chart that is going to provide the most profit potential so that you guys, my loving subscribers, can make the most amount of money over this year. If you're new and just finding this channel, always remember to do me a favor by leaving a like, comment, and subscribing to this channel for more updates. Make sure you guys click that notification bell so you guys don't miss out on any new videos like the one provided for you here. And guys, make sure you guys sign up and join the Discord server of over 20,000 members and growing. This is where you're going to actually be able to congregate with the entire rest of my community. I got a voice chat on there and a bunch of really cool stuff. Links are provided for you in the description to go ahead and learn. With that being said, if you're a new guy just getting into these markets and you want to understand what it takes to be more profitable, I also have a free study guide and an ebook in the description of this video that is going to help you guys out tremendously, because all of the stuff I'm going to give to you guys for free in that ebook is some of the most vital information that completely saved me and helped me to become profitable inside of these markets. So go check that out. Links are going to be provided for you in the description. And with all that being said, guys, let's jump right into this amazing video today. Alrighty guys, so here we are. For today's video, I wanted to actually share with you guys, we're going to take a look at the entire index of decentralized finance, or DeFi, and then we're going to share with you guys my 3 favorite DeFi altcoins that I expect to be the most consistent, the highest value, and they're really some of the most profitable altcoins out there. Now, of course, the most profitable altcoins you're going to be able to buy and invest in over this cycle are going to be the lower market cap ones. That's no brainer. Everybody already understands that. The less money inside of the market, obviously, the much easier it is to rise in price. And so with that being said, for today's video, we're going to be talking about some of the easier to buy coins. This is a video where anybody can actually go and buy these coins. You can use Coinbase, you can use Kraken, you could use any of the other ones like Gemini, and you can find these coins on every single exchange. This is going to be some of the better coins that you can buy that are available to everybody that are going to consistently outperform the majority of the market. And DeFi as a whole is really where all of the value lies inside of this cycle. I would say DeFi and NFTs. Those are going to be the 2 big staples, of course, over this next year. And the people that are investing into both of these sectors are going to make themselves the most amount of money. And for today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys the 3 DeFi altcoins that I think are going to provide some of those best gains, where you can buy them, forget about them, and you're going to consistently be making gains all throughout this next year. So to start off this video, before we actually jump into the 3 coins on today's list, I want to talk to you guys about the index of the total value of DeFi, and that's what this chart is right here. Now, if we come back down in here, this is pretty much where we got the beginning of this index, all the way back down here in June, and that was the nice DeFi summer, right? And this was our big rally up. Now, from that point, we've obviously broken out. We've consistently gone higher and higher. And I wanted to talk about it today because we're actually breaking out once again. Now, in my opinion, you can draw this a couple different ways. This, to me, just looks like your textbook example of an ascending triangle formation. And these guys are actually some of the most profitable chart patterns that you're going to see. And you're going to see them consistently over the course of this year. In a bull market, what an ascending triangle pattern is it's a continuation pattern of a bullish trend. So if it's ascending, it's a continuation of a bull trend. If it's descending, it's a continuation of a bearish trend, right? And in this case, DeFi and the index of DeFi is actually performing the most bullish scenario that you can for an ascending triangle. Now, you have to have at least 2 price touches to confirm an ascending triangle. In this case, we have support here and we have support here. Now, the more times, the longer the price coils inside of an ascending triangle, the weaker that pattern gets. So the more strong it is, resembles how quick it takes to break out. So in this case, we got one reaction here, we got one reaction here, and we're pretty much breaking out at the 3rd reaction. That is the most bullish scenario that you can possibly have for an ascending triangle, and it makes sense because this is DeFi. I mean, would we really expect anything less here? And so now that we're breaking out of this So now that we're breaking out of this ascending triangle, we should be looking to expect a big increase in value heading into DeFi. DeFi as a whole, it doesn't matter which one it is. And that's why I wanted to make this video to talk about the three, specifically my favorite three DeFi coins heading into this next year, because now that DeFi is actually breaking out, the entire index and the market of DeFi is breaking out, this provides an amazing opportunity for us to jump into some of these DeFi alts and make some money. So without further ado, let's dive into the first coin on today's list. Alrighty guys, so here we are taking a look at coin number 1 on today's list, and this is going to be Aave. Aave was a signal that I recently posted, and I shouldn't say recently, it's been a couple months, and we actually got filled over here at about $55. So I've in Aave, I've got my long terms just sitting on this one. It's one of my favorite long-term altcoins for this cycle. You know, the profit potential isn't going to be as good as buying one of these low cap altcoins, but this is one that you can just count on to perform very well. They have a ton of investments from big names. Mark Cuban's already been buying Aave. A lot of people are really big because Aave is a big leader for DeFi, and there's a reason why. I mean, we've seen such a big increase in price from Aave, and it's not just because it's a scam, it's because it's literally providing tons of value for people. You can make a lot of money using Aave and their platform. And so that's why I want to talk about it today for number 1 on the list, because I think it's going to be one of the most consistent winners over this cycle. And as you guys can see, it's pretty much just looks exactly like the chart of DeFi, right? If we look over here, pretty much the same thing. The only difference is this is actually providing a better buying opportunity than the overall DeFi chart. The chart of DeFi is already breaking out, whereas Aave is actually lagging it a little bit. So this is providing a good buying opportunity for the people that don't actually have a position inside of this. I mean, from where we're currently sitting at today, just to the all-time high, you're looking at about 60% move. That's great gains, guys. And if it does anything like we saw in the last sell-off, once the bottom is met, it just goes. And that's kind of the case and the staple for all of these cryptos. When they start going, they go. I would expect that this thing to throw up a big candle, and then we just keep going something like this. I really would not be the least bit surprised to see this type of a structure play out. And guys, you know, $1,000 is really not out of the equation. $1,000 is really not that far off, about right there. And honestly, that's probably going to be the next area. You know, $1,000 is going to be a pretty even number. People are going to look to sell that number, people that have been bag holding since really early. And it's insane to think that Aave is really climbing up this high. But it makes sense, guys. This is DeFi. There's so much value being created with DeFi, and the top leading coins of DeFi are proving exactly that. So this is what I'm going to watch out for, guys. Great gains, great risk to reward, and I think the next move coming is going to be a very big one. So watch out for Aave. Alrighty guys, next up on the list is going to be Synthetics. Now if you guys actually come over here and analyze this chart, we're going to see that Synthetics actually looks the most like the DeFi chart, right? This looks almost identical to the DeFi chart over here, pretty much the exact same thing. But once again guys, the difference here is Synthetics is still lagging, and so this is actually a great buying opportunity. I mean, we're looking at about 50% returns just back to the previous high. So that's really solid, consistent gains. And I mean, from a crypto that you can buy on every single exchange, you can connect your bank account straight to this and buy. I think that that's a steal. 60% just to the high. These are going to be providing very good gains over this next year because this is DeFi. These are the leaders of DeFi. Synthetics and Aave have been some of the biggest drivers of value for DeFi, and I don't expect that that's going to change anytime soon. We can see that we've really only just started these uptrends. This hasn't really gone parabolic at all. These are just short, quick impulses, little pullbacks as we keep making higher highs and higher lows. What is coming will be very parabolic type of price action. And so where we're sitting at right now, it's simply providing a great opportunity for the people that haven't actually accumulated any positions yet. And I'm going to share with you guys why. On the short time frames, let's scroll in here and take a look here. So if we analyze our descending resistance, our descending resistance is right here, right? Every time we hit this, we fall lower. We reject, 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 until finally, what do you guys notice just happened? Well, we broke out right here, and then we sold back down, except instead of us acting as resistance and falling lower, what is happening? We're bouncing off of support on top of that previous trend line, which is, once again, just a classic support and resistance flip. The fact is, we haven't pumped, and this is providing a great opportunity for the people that want to enter. Because like I said, you're looking at about 50% returns just to the top of the high. Now that we've broken the descending resistance, that's a trend reversal. So this entire short-term correction is now over. Expect to see a lot more upside coming from Synthetics. And it's, you know, one of those that's actually selling off great buying opportunity today. I think it's going to be about instant profits for anybody that jumps into this signal. And so be watching out for synthetics. This one's really going to start flying soon. Alrighty guys, now last up on the list is going to be one of my favorite coins for DeFi, one that I own a pretty decent amount of. And keep in mind guys, I own positions in every single one of these, but I went a little bit heavier into Yern because it fit a criteria that I personally really like with crypto. I like scarcity. I like when there's a fine supply of total coins or tokens. In this case, Yern, there's not very many out there. I think that there's like 36,000 or something like that. I think that that's the total supply. They did inflate some a little bit, but overall, you know, I don't care so much about that, just mainly because of the fact I believe in the project, and they have one of the top 3 TVLs amongst all of the DeFi projects out there. So they're very profitable. That's the most important thing here. Is your crypto profitable? Because nobody's going to use it nor buy it if it's not. And if they do buy it, it's all generated through hype alone and probably marketing. And so long term, is it going to last? No. You want to have the most profitable, consistent returning coins, ones that are actually working as a business model, because obviously people that are smart are going to invest into those. And with Yern being a top 3 earner based off of the TVL, you know, obviously that's a buy signal here. And if we come over here and look at Yern, it's pretty obvious to tell that this thing is getting heavily accumulated. I mean, we've built this trend line. We're holding this trend line, making higher highs and higher lows, and this is just very obvious accumulation in my opinion. And where we're at in this cycle, we're really, really early. This is just the first impulse here, and this is just the accumulation before we start wave 3. In my opinion, 100K is likely in this next leg up, and chances are 100K is going to be far surpassed. I can just about surely, I can say that with a lot of surety within my trading plan. Of course, guys, I'm wrong all the time, it happens, but I'm also right all the time too. And with how little of a supply there is with this coin, how profitable this coin is, how it's all structured around DeFi, there's so many narratives for this to be a bullish looking setup. And not just the narratives alone. I mean, look at the chart. It's obvious to tell that this thing is getting accumulated. Now, one of the things I wanted to point out here is if we draw this level right there, let's ignore this trend line, and let's just analyze some basic support and resistance. So we can see that this is a pretty strong level. Resistance, 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 short-term support, resistance, and look what's happening, guys. We have just flipped this level. What was once resistance is now falling back down, and we haven't proven that it's support yet, but you know, these type of setups, whenever they happen, they generally happen and they play out in a bullish way. In this case, we're flipping it. This is falling onto support. I think it's going to hold, and I think that we're going to be heading into price discovery next. That's just my personal thoughts and perspectives with this market. You know, we've pretty much cleared this all-time high. Yes, this was a short-term deviation here. We weren't able to actually break above, and we sold back below. But nonetheless, guys, that stuff happens. Now that we've actually gotten back above it right now, I don't expect that we're going to once again have a bear. I don't think we're going to have a bull trap and we're going to sell back below this level. I think that this level is actually going to be holding, and we're going to start seeing us go into new all-time highs. Because, I mean, the biggest thing to point out here is, once again, it centers around this DeFi index. If we know what the whole index of DeFi is looking like, it's going to lead, generally speaking, it's going to lead the rest of the coins. In this case, it's leading. We can see that. Some of the other DeFi coins are a little bit more undervalued, whereas when we look at DeFi, it's already breaking out. In this case, we can see that with Aave. We're still pretty undervalued here. We can see that with synthetics. We just broke out. And then we can see that with YFI as well. Yern is just barely flipping its all-time high. And so, in my opinion, we're going to see all of these coins perform exceptionally well. For the people that don't own any, I think that these are going to be 3 staples that everybody should incorporate into their portfolio. Mainly just because of how valuable they are in DeFi. I mean, just these three coins make up so much of the overall value inside of DeFi that it kind of makes no sense on why you wouldn't hold these. Yes, if you're somebody that has a smaller portfolio and you're looking to make life-changing gains, then these might not be the way for you, but I still think that these should be a staple. Because like I said, guys, I have 2 portfolios. I have one for short term and I have one for long term. The reason I keep 2 portfolios is because I want to buy coins like this that I know are going to do well. They're very profitable. Tons of people are into them, but they might not perform the very best as maybe buying a low cap. So what I do is I keep 2 portfolios so I can fully capitalize on both opportunities. I put the biggest weight of my portfolio over about, 80% or so and I put that into the high cap stuff that I don't touch. I'm going to sell that at the end of the year, whatever, right? Now, with the lower cap stuff, I keep 20% of my portfolio, and I can trade all of that stuff. And this way, I'm never missing out. I can consistently make profits off of the big leaders and the high caps, and I consistently make profits off of the low caps too. And I've managed my risk to where majority of my positions are in the high cap stuff. Obviously, these are the least risk because they have the most going for them, the most money they make. You know, there's tons more people buying and developing onto them. And so with that being said, that's kind of the way that I trade, and I think that everybody should make this a staple of their portfolio. Now, with that being said, guys, I talked recently, I just barely talked about my portfolio, how I have 2 different portfolios. And so now that we're at the end of the video, I wanted to take a couple minutes to explain how you guys can actually get signed up and follow my portfolios, copy those trades that I take, and make this same profit with me every single day. Now, if this is interesting to you guys, inside of my Discord, I offer a video course and I offer the signals. The video course is going to teach you guys 20 educational videos that basically just go over technical analysis. All the drawing I do on charts, I'm going to give you guys a brief explanation. And not brief, 20 educational videos, anywhere from about 20 minutes to an hour long, explaining my strategy. So if this is something you guys want to do full time, that's going to be a great outlook. That's going to be a great place to start. Now, on the contrary, if you're a new guy and you want to just simply follow what I'm doing with my portfolio, you want to know every trade that I'm taking, you want to know where I'm moving profits to, and you want to see my long-term portfolio, then the signals are going to be the place for you. Now, you guys can actually purchase these together or separate. If you can only pick one, I always recommend going with the signals first, because obviously everybody here wants to make money. Making money is the most important reason why we're all here. So if you guys want to make the most money for yourself inside of my group, the signals are going to be the way for you guys to do that. Links are going to be provided for you in the description to go ahead and sign up. Now, with all that being said, guys, if you don't want to sign up for any of my VIP stuff, I do have a free ebook that's also linked into the description. That is full of a lot of free information that I know is going to help you guys out tremendously, because it's that information that literally transformed my trading plan. I went from being unprofitable to making profitable decisions in the market, and I know it's going to help you guys out a lot. So check that out. Links are provided for you in the description. And with all that being said, guys, I'll catch you in the next video. As always, peace out.